It's John coming to you from dropdeadcopy.com, the Autoresponder Guy. We have another video session today. Today I want to talk to you really quickly about design versus copy. Now, there's been a whole lot of talk online about the benefits of graphic design, nice looking websites, that kind of thing, versus those long form, tend to be really ugly sales letters. And the argument's kind of like, well, design's more important now because no one has time to read these things. Now, what's the answer here? So I think, to sum it up, I think design is a supporting factor. Design doesn't convey value. Okay, design can mean different things. An ugly design versus a great looking design can have different effects on people. But in the end, what sells people, okay, is the words that come out of your mouth. Think about a salesman. The design is like the salesman's clothes, okay? It's his hairstyle. If he looks all scruffy, then maybe he might not get a sale, but then again, that same scruffiness may be endearing to the person that he's trying to sell. It may make him seem that he's not making any effort, which causes the prospect to lower their guard, okay? Now, that's the equivalent of design. Maybe if he has a nice suit on, he's gonna look more authoritative. He's gonna be more authoritative, and the person might be more likely to trust him if he looks trustworthy, okay? That's the equivalent of design. But in the end, what sells someone is the words that come out of that salesman's mouth. Okay, imagine if this salesman walked into a sales call or picked up the phone. So forget about the phone, that's a bad example in this situation. So the salesman sits down with someone, he's perfectly, immaculately dressed, right? He has the most expensive suit, these great wrist cuffs, an amazing hairstyle that probably cost $1,000. He's just everything, A+ in every way. But as he sits down in the room to sell this person, he doesn't open his mouth. Doesn't say hello, doesn't ask the prospect how they are, doesn't ask the prospect what they want or what their problems are, doesn't take the time to explain how his product is going to be able to help this person. The prospect is probably going to put up with probably about 30 seconds of this. He's probably going to try to talk to the salesman and try to get some of his questions answered, and then he's going to walk out, and no sale is going to happen. Okay, so in that situation, what the salesman looks like, that is the equivalent of the design on your website, the design of your sales letters, the design of all those different things, okay? Now, what the salesman says or doesn't say is the copy. Okay? And the copy is what sells people. Okay? Now, design is important. I'm not saying that design isn't important. Design is extremely important because it can be used. You got to understand that it can be used to create a certain impression. In some cases, an ugly design will work better. In other cases, a fantastic, Web 2.0 or all flashy is going to work better. It depends on the marketplace, it depends on the product you're trying to sell. But in the end, the most important thing is what you're saying to the marketplace. It's communication. Because if you don't communicate, it's very hard for people to figure out whether you're trustworthy, what you're trying to sell them, and various things like that. So when you're thinking about landing pages and websites, anything, or even advertising, emails that you're sending out, print advertising, think copy first, okay? I want you to take some time to really articulate, and I say this in every video, articulate the value that you offer to the marketplace. That is the most important thing, because if you don't do it, no one will, okay? So that's the lesson for today. Design versus copy. Copy wins, but design is still important, and it's always going to be that way until design can actually communicate with words, which in that case it's already become copy. It's always going to be this way. It's never going to change. That is why long copy outsells short copy. The more you tell, the more you sell. This is John, the Autoresponder Guy from dropdeadcopy.com video sessions. I will see you next time for another video session.